this is Tomlin from TomlinHarmonicaLessons.com, and this week I thought I would show you a basic version of Amazing Grace in second position on a C harmonica. So it's basic, but it's a little bit challenging because it has a 3-draw whole step bend in it. So I'm also going to be doing a basic version for beginners, which will be up in the next octave up and won't have any bends in it. But this is actually going to be part of a lesson series because I'm going to do a blues version of this, but I want you to learn the basic version of it first of all. All right, so let's have a listen to what it's going to sound like. I'm going to play you through the whole tune first of all. And I want you to pay attention to the timing because this is not in the typical 4/4 time that we use, it's in 3/4 time, which means that there are 3 beats per bar. And I will be starting on beat 3. So let's have a listen to that. 1, 2. Okay, so let's get stuck in with the first lick that sounds like this and starts on beat 3. 1, 2. Okay, so we are starting before the beginning, so we're starting on beat 3 of the count-in, and that will be a 1-draw. We're holding that and then going into a 2-draw on beat 1 of the next bar, which we're going to hold for 2 beats. And then we have 2 eighth notes, 3-draw, 2-draw. And then back to the 3-draw on beat 1 of the next bar for 2 beats. And then we're going to bend that down to a 3-draw whole step bend for a quarter note. And then to a 2-draw for 2 beats. And then a 2-blow for 1 beat, and then a 1-draw for 2 beats. But that 1-draw at the end, you can hold it for 2 beats, but a lot of people might take advantage of that position to have a little breath. So if you're finding that you're getting a little bit overinflated, that might be a good point to just take a sneaky out breath before you start the next lick. So that whole lick, let's try playing it through together, starting on beat 3. 1, 2. Okay, let's try that a little bit faster. 1, 2. Okay, so that's your first phrase, and you'll notice that a lot of the subsequent phrases are very similar, just with slight variations. So next phrase, lick 2, sounds like this, also starts on beat 3. 1, 2. Okay, so we start in exactly the same way. 1-draw, 2-draw, 3-draw, 2-draw, 3-draw, and then after the 3-draw whole step bend on beat 3, we're going to go to a 4-draw on beat 1 of the next bar, and you're going to hold that 4-draw for 5 beats. So you're going to do. Okay, so be really aware of what those 5 beats feel like, and when you're counting them in your head, don't count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember, we're in 3/4 time, which means that you're counting in sets of 3. So you're going to count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, it's really important. So let's try that phrase together. Lick number 2, starting on beat 3. Nice and slowly. 1, 2. Okay, a little bit faster. 1, 2. Okay, and that 4 draw, although it's 5 beats long, if you want to cut it a little bit short so that you can catch your breath before lick 3, that's totally fine. That's what I would do. So don't be too precious about it. If you need that breath, take it. That's totally fine. No one's going to get angry at you. All right, so lick 3 changes up a little bit, so let's have a listen to what that's going to sound like. It is still starting on beat 3 though, so that's a standard thing in this tune. So lick 3 sounds like this, or 1, 2. Okay, so instead of starting on a 1 draw, we're starting on a 3 draw. So on beat 3 we play a 3 draw, then we go to a 4 draw on beat 1, and then we come back to our usual pattern of 3 draw, 2 draw, 3 draw, then 3 draw whole step bend, then a 2 draw, and then a 2 blow, 1 draw, exactly the same way as we did in lick 1. So the only bit that's really different is the first 2 notes, which are a 3 draw, then a 4 draw. So let's try that together nice and slowly on beat 3. 1, 2. Okay, a little bit faster. 1, 2. All right, and now we are getting into the home stretch. So we're going to play lick number 4, which will sound like this. 1, 2. Okay, so it's going to have 2 variations. So that was the first variation, and then I'll show you the second variation afterwards. So the first variation, you're going to play it, and then you're going to go back to the beginning of the tune and play through the tune again, and then you'll play the second variation as an ending. So the first variation starts the same way as lick 1, so 1 draw, 2 draw, and 3 draw, 2 draw, 3 draw. Then to a 3 draw whole step bend, then to a 2 draw, and that 2 draw you're going to hold for 5 beats. So we should be pretty good at counting 5 beats now. So you'll do. And then at that point, you'd go back to the beginning of the tune and play. Okay, so that is lick 4. Let's try playing it together nice and slowly without going back to the beginning of the tune. So starting on beat 3, 1, 2. Okay, and then the variation sounds like this. 1, 2. Okay, so that's how you end the tune. And all that's happening is instead of holding that 2 draw for 5 beats, you're holding for 3 beats, and then on beat 1 of the next bar, you're turning it into a 2, 3, 4 draw chord. And then you are doing what's called a rall, which is where you slow down at the end of a tune. Okay, so let's try that version together. So 1, 2. All right, so that was your final lick. So let's try putting all of these licks together and try playing them all the way through. And instead of doing the repeat, we're just going to imagine that we're playing it through to end. Okay, so with that second variation of lick 4. Okay, so starting just after beat 3. 1, 2. right, well done. So, if you want to download the tab as well as audio clips of each of those licks to help you learn it, all you need to do is click on the link in the description below. It's totally free, so that will help you to learn it much quicker. But before you run away and do that, can you do a little something for me? Can you give me a thumbs up by hitting the like button below? And if you haven't subscribed to my lessons, please subscribe to my lessons by hitting the subscribe button. And hit the little bell icon next to the subscribe button, because that will mean that you get notified every time I upload a new harmonica lesson, which is every week, so there are lots of harmonica lessons. And finally, look out for when I do a bluesy version of Amazing Grace, which is going to be based on this, but with lots of interesting additives. All right, see you soon. Happy harping.